What's up guys, welcome to Bullish Bets. On this channel, we cover all things related to stocks and investing. We take a look at news where we can make some potential big bets with huge upsides. In this video, we're going to talk about XPeng and their recent earnings report. Before we get started, keep in mind that we're not financial advisors, and this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Make sure you do your own research before making any investment decisions. With all that being said, what do you guys think? The earnings report came out. Like I mentioned in our last video, as long as XPeng doesn't miss earnings like it did in Q3, we're going to be pretty strong in terms of, not going down in stock price. The actual earnings were negative 15 cents and the expected was negative 12 cents. So it was off by 3 cents or so. But that being said, the revenue beat expectations. The expected revenues were supposed to be 411 million, but it actually came out to be 437 million. So it was doing pretty well based off revenue standpoint, but they didn't really keep the cost down. That being said, the overall business is becoming more profitable. If we look at the press release from XPeng, the quarterly gross margin reached 7.4%, and this is an increase of around 3% compared to Q3, which is 4.6%. This shows that XPeng is reaching economies of scale. The more they produce, the less cost they're incurring, and this increase is pretty large just for 1 quarter's difference, and this shows that XPeng has great signs in the future if they continue to produce more cars. What I'm also excited about is the growth in sales that XPeng had. The growth in sales reached around 300% compared to 2019 Q4 numbers, and this is good because compared to NIO, their growth from 2019 to 2020 Q4 was around only 110%. This shows that XPeng has a great system in place to grow their sales, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down pretty much. And the revenue from vehicle sales, increased 375%, compared to 2019, and 44% compared to, third quarter 2020. This is good news because it's not only compared to last year, it's compared to last quarter. 46% increase from last quarter, shows that, like I mentioned, that they have a strong growth rate. If we go further down into this, let's take a look at the balance sheets that they're showing us. There's going to be a lot in RMB, so it's going to be, I'm just going to look at the USD portion of it. The current assets, the amount of cash they have is around 4.4 billion, so they have a lot of cash reserves left, with the amount of revenue they're producing. It's pretty good. They have over 10x cash compared to their revenue of 1 quarter, and this shows strong balance sheets for XPeng, and the amount of liabilities they have is also not that high compared to the amount of assets. The total liabilities they have is only 1.5 million USD, and the total assets around 6.8 billion. So it's a lot. So this means that XPeng isn't only growing, but has good balance sheets and essentially good cash flow to keep them running and keep them growing with the plans that they have. They're able to have more factories and reach more economies of scale. And the biggest thing that came out of this earnings report that really stood out to me was the increase in gross margins. From Q3 to 7.4%. If they continue to slowly chip away at the cost of goods sold, they will eventually become a great company with great profit margins. So overall, we expected the XPeng to at least maintain its current price level. We were hoping for a big jump with the amount of sales they were expected to have, and they beat that. If we look at the overall EV market, XPeng is at plus 0.5% at the time I'm recording this, and Tesla is down almost 1%, NIO is down 3%, CCIV is down 3%, Li Auto is down 3%. Other videos I did about Ford, where I mentioned that they're a strong EV play right now. They actually grew a lot, and a lot of these American companies are doing fairly well. Workhorse jumped up almost 14%. I think it's from the news that the administration is looking for 75% electric vehicle fleets. And like I mentioned, if we compare XPeng to NIO and Li, their Chinese competitors, they maintain pretty strong even with earnings report coming out, which recently all earnings seem to be destroying the stock price. But with that being said, this is a great sign that XPeng has a great future, and it's probably a great time to buy now, as the markets seem to be recovering from the brutal week it had the last 2 weeks. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's time to buy XPeng now? Is it worth getting the short-term or long-term calls, or even puts if you think that this is going to be short-lived? Do you think XPeng stacks up with NIO, Tesla, Li Auto? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So that's it for this video. If you liked our content, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it, as it helps with the crazy YouTube algorithm. Thanks again very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.